All right, party people. So today on deck, we're going to be taking a look at the Ruger Mark IV again. Apex Tactical came out with a trigger for it. Is this the best trigger that you can get for the Ruger Mark IV? Let's find out. So welcome back, everybody. Hope you guys are doing awesome today. So we got the Ruger Mark IV back out. We haven't done a video on this in quite a few months. If you're new to this channel or if you didn't see my previous videos, I will put a playlist below. We have taken a Ruger Mark IV target and we have turned it into a beast of a Ruger. I will also have a parts list for all the parts that you see in this video for you. That way, if you see anything that you want to pick up, just check down in the description below. That way you can shop at your leisure. This was a standard Ruger Mark IV target. There was nothing special about it. You know, I got the Ruger Mark IV because it comes apart super easily and super quickly. One of the things that really attracted me though to the Ruger Mark IV was number one, they're super affordable to shoot because it's 22 long rifle. And you can also get some really good practice in with your trigger pull. When you're used to shooting 9mm or 40 or 45, we all develop a flinch. Now, if that flinch comes after the shot goes off, that's a good flinch. It helps mitigate recoil. But I've noticed that if you go out and practice with a 22 long rifle and then go back to your standard carry guns, you are a ton more accurate with it because you stopped anticipating recoil. It really helps get rid of a lot of your bad habits. One of the first things that we did to it was we put the Volquartsen trigger in it, which we've already done a video on that. After that, we put this Volquartsen LLV Upper that has a compensator on it and a complete rail and target sights, all kinds of crazy stuff. I know you don't need a compensator for a 22. I get it. But hey, why not, right? I also kind of threw a light on there just for kicks and giggles. You know what I mean? I like playing with lights and it helps kind of weigh it down a little bit. A few months ago, Apex Tactical, he sent me an email and said, hey, we know you got our Mark IV. We're coming out with Mark IV triggers. Let us get one out to you and see how you like it. So they sent me one. Now I obviously got the red one because I think red and black go together very, very well. I was a little surprised with it in both a good way and a bad way. Let me explain. With the Volquartsen trigger that we got, it had a completely all new internals. It had new hammers, new sears, and a new trigger shoe that had adjustable take up and over travel. With that one, I was getting a 1.75 pound trigger pull. I mean, that thing drastically reduced the trigger weight. Now with Apex, it wasn't their goal to make a competition trigger. It was their goal to make a better trigger than what comes with the Ruger Mark IV, but they wanted to make it as safe as possible. If you don't know anything about Apex, you know, they do the M&P triggers, they do the Glock triggers, now they're doing the FN 509 triggers. I got videos about all of that stuff, but the most important thing is they make flat triggers, which is something that I actually prefer with all of my triggers. One thing that Apex Tactical takes super seriously is making everything completely drop safe. I'm pretty sure you've never been to their facility before, but at their facility, they actually have a rig that puts guns up about 20 feet in the air or so, and they got a high-speed slow-mo camera, and they drop their guns multiple times before they ever release them. And so safety was their number one concern with this, as well as reducing the pull weight a little bit, but making it a lot cleaner. Now currently this one has completely stock internals with the Apex trigger, and it's pulling at 3.5 pounds. It has a very pronounced wall, and then it breaks, and then it has a nice short reset. So let me show you that real quick. So there's the take up here, very little take up. There's the break. Reset, break. Even though it's pulling at 3.5 pounds, 3.5 pounds is an amazing trigger pull regardless of what trigger you're using. But I got so spoiled with the 1.75 pound trigger pull of the Volquartsen that this actually now feels heavy to me. So that's kind of different. The wall is very pronounced. You can actually sit on that wall before you pull your shots off and then press out and shoot. There's also an option with this trigger to actually remove the magazine disconnect safety. So I left it in there for a reason, but let me show you. So with the mag disconnect safety in place, you can't function this trigger, but if you put a mag in it, now it works. So they give you the option to delete that or not to delete that, but I wanted to show you, what it is in case you're new to this gun. Now at the range, I'm still super accurate with it, just like I am with the Volquartsen trigger. But the downside is I'm not as fast with it as I was the Volquartsen trigger, because obviously that trigger was a lot lighter. Now, probably what I'm going to end up doing is using the Volquartsen hammer and sear, pair that with this trigger, and see what it feels like when we run it. Now, Apex actually works with Ruger because they're both located in this state. They actually work with them very closely. And the one thing that Ruger told Apex when they designed this trigger was do not mess with the sear. And then Apex started kind of messing with the trigger and they realized, hey dude, like, now from what they told me, you know, if you do get like an upgraded sear and things of that nature, it's not guaranteed that it's going to fail a drop safe. You know, it might be 1 in 1,000 drops or 1 in 100 drops, but the downside is you just don't know. And that's the one thing that Apex just isn't willing to risk, which is why they made it the way they did. But I really wanted to show this trigger to you guys because I think it looks dead sexy on the Ruger Mark IV target, especially because it has the red logo right here on the black gun. But they have other colors as well. I think they got flat dark earth. They obviously have black, and I forget what else they have. I'll have links and coupon codes for this in the description if that's something you're interested in. But if you're wanting something that is like literally a hair trigger and things of that nature, you need to go with the Volquartsen Accurizing Kit. I'll have a video about it, you know, down in the description for you. But overall, it's great. It feels nice, and I'm excited to put more rounds through this. I'm even more excited to see what it feels like with the Volquartsen internals. So that'll be in the next video. But let me know what you think of this down in the comments section below, guys. I'd love to hear your feedback about it. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. We'll shoot the crap just like we always do. But until next time, I love you, and you guys stay sexy.